Latif in the house. Definitely representing Jersey on the love love. Cooler than Cali, she would never sing, but damn, I miss her. Forget New Jersey. I can't forget New Jersey. I can't forget New Jersey. I can't forget New Jersey.
Shout your city out. Shout out where you from.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. And all my family and peeps I knew when I was growing. Mommy and daddy made me proud to be an Owen. So me to keep going, straight up but never knowing. I would become her eminence and royal highness, the Queen Latifah. No doubt one of New Jersey's finest. So, set it off, get him up on my own, cause Jersey's what I think about when I think of home. Don't let no one get close to you except the chosen. Stick with the ones who meant the most to you when you were broken.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? I had to play that old Queen Latifah, man. You know what I mean? It ain't too many female rappers out there that's repping like that. They own something else, man. But welcome. Yes. I'm back. Episode 103. So this your boy Bishop back for episode 103 of Shit That Be On My Mind. If you like what I be saying, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tonight's topic is Black women are under attack. And if anybody been following me for the last, I say 3 or 4 broadcasts that I done mention the fact that when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris get in office, there's going to be a blowback. It's going to be because they propped up black women. If you notice in the media, that's all they said is black women is this, black women is that, black women say the Democrat Party, black women did this, black women saved the earth. So they putting black women as the face, right? So it's like, put it this way, I was just telling my wife about this story, man. I never forget. You know, I was a youngin', and we was at this club in Lansing called Bingo Hall, and a fight jumped off, and a cat. I ain't gonna say his name. Both of them. One is my best friend. The other one's a nigga I know. But a fight jumped off because my brother basically did something to a nigga, and things transpired. And I never forget. My man grabbed my best friend as a shield. You know what I mean? So he put him in front of him, so whoever swung on him was going to hit dog first. So I'm just using that analogy to break it down as far as that's how they use black women. White supremacy. It don't matter if it's Donald Trump. It don't matter if it's Joe Biden. It's all the same, man. It's white supremacy. I don't know why niggas can't understand that. You know what I mean? We just get too emotional and get too wrapped up in shit. Don't really use our critical thinking. But basically, they all the same. So white supremacy is put in the face, say, hey, black women did it. Black folk did it. So now you get all this blowback. And now all of a sudden, we keep seeing these videos that's coming out of black women being attacked. The latest one was last week, because Super Bowl was last Sunday. Well, just this past Sunday, because today is Wednesday. So last week, Chad Wheeler, believe he played for the Seattle Seahawks, attacked his black girlfriend, right? She just did a interview on CBS. Gayle King narrated. She should have interviewed her, but they had one like another black woman interview. I forgot the black woman's name, but it should have been Gayle King, but she narrated the whole little story or whatever. But basically this Monday, she basically sat down with that black woman and explained and told her the story about how Chad Wheeler dead near killed her. He basically beat her an inch away from her life, right? So these are the things that's happened to black women. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be more and more because white supremacy, again, using black women as the face, so they catch the blowback. Right? So that's basically what's going on. And like I told y'all, unfortunately, we're going to end up seeing a video this year where like a George Floyd type of situation. It might even be this summer that's going to spark a lot of riots and a lot of civil unrest because we're going to see the same thing that happened to George Floyd. We're going to see that happen to a black woman in real time. Somebody's going to record either a shooting where a black woman get gunned down or choked out live on camera and die, and it's just going to be a hot mess. It's going to be sad, but unfortunately, these things are going to unravel because, again, they're using black women as the face. So y'all the least protected because they telling y'all that we ain't shit. And then y'all believe in it because some of us is not shit. Let's just keep it real. Some black men are predators. Some black men are rapists. Some black men are abusers. Let's just be honest here. But the majority of black men are good black men who raise their kids, that love their women. But that's what they not showing y'all. They just showing y'all all the fucked up niggas. Plus, on top of y'all already being afflicted by niggas y'all done ran past. No telling what happened to you when you was a kid. Maybe an uncle touched you, or you got molested by a brother, or whatever. So you already got a distinct. And on top of that, your dad didn't raise you; he left out your life. So black women already got some type of issue with black men, and rightfully so. But white supremacy is telling y'all, "Hey, y'all don't need these niggas. Y'all don't need these niggas." And if you look at the commercials are all saying what now? White man, black woman. White man, black woman. All the celebrities, Serena Williams, Eve, so on and so forth. Even the Princess Duchess, whatever, the half black chick that's with Prince Harry. You know what I mean? This is the agenda that they pushing. You understand? They pushing it for a reason. But at the same token, they not telling y'all what's going to happen to y'all. So unfortunately, with the Chad Willer and the young lady, her name is Aaliyah Taylor. Unfortunately, y'all have to see this to understand, because I'm reading the comments online and a lot of black women like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Even the ones who might have swirled like, oh, okay. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand your enemy. You'll never catch a Jew woman with a Nazi white man. Like that would never happen. She don't have to go around hating white Nazi men or German men, but you will never see them together, if that makes sense, because she understands her history. See, black women, y'all not really thinking, y'all not really understanding your history. So the Chad Willer guy, the whole thing started because she wouldn't bow down to him. So anybody who used their common sense would know he didn't just wake up and say, I'm gonna make this bitch bow down to me. They've been doing this. They've been probably doing a slave play. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this word or these words, but it's called a slave play because in relationships, people do play roles, you know what I mean, to spice up their sex life, right? We adults here. So that's what some of us adults are into, right? White men are into slave play, dominance. So now he got the bed wench, which is the black woman, who that's what they called black women back then, bed wenches and belly warmers. I never forget my grandma saying that to me. You know what I mean? That they call black women belly warmers. You know what I mean? These are things you can't forget. These are things this is part of history. And if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So unfortunately, we're seeing the emergence of history repeating itself again, because these white men are abusing black women. Let's just keep it real. But then you look on the commercials, you look at Eve all happy. I got my white man. You know what I mean? Lonnie Love on The View, whatever shit she on. Oh, I got my white man. You know what I mean? And they got y'all thinking like, yeah, let me try the white man. So when you see Chad Willer beat the brakes off of Aaliyah Taylor, it's reality in your face. Now, I'm not saying all white men is abusers, just like all black men are abusers. But at the same token, you have to understand your enemy. These naturally are your enemies. Period. At the end of the day, that it is what it is. You can slice it, cut it how you want to cut it. You can do whatever you need to do to it. But at the end of the day, these are the same people. This is their lineage. Like when people say, well, my family didn't own slaves, but you was part of, your family was part of the racism. It ain't like your family was like, yeah, leave them niggas alone. You understand? Y'all benefited off of it. If it's not financially, you benefited off it socially. So when you hear white folk, man, I didn't know, my people didn't own slaves, but your people basically was racist. Because if they wasn't, then why they didn't step up and say, hey, that's wrong? Why y'all take them people from over in Africa? Or why you got them people working? They didn't step up and do nothing. So they complicit. They basically part. It's like me going. It's like me going right now. And Nick called me and said, "Hey man, let's go to the store." And nigga end up robbing the store owner and killing him. I'm part of that. No matter what, I ain't like that. I'm not a murderer. I'm not. It don't matter. Police gonna be like, man, you was with him. You going down too. Period. In the story. So you complicit. You part of this. You part of it. So at the end of the day, with the whole Chad Wheeler situation, you got two young black girls in Florida. One was slammed on her head. The other one was tased, you know what I'm saying, by the police in Florida. One was in Tampa and the other one's another part of Florida where, you know, black girls is being attacked by the police in the schools. Then you had the 9-year-old black girl in New York get attacked by a race soldier. He sprayed her with mace. A 9-year-old black girl. You telling me you can't handle a 9-year-old black girl? You gotta mace her? You gotta manhandle her? All she was doing screaming for her dad, she was saying, I'm not getting into this car until I see my dad. Why they just couldn't go grab the dad and say, hey, there's your dad, calm down, had a dad, talk to her, whoop, whoop, whoop. That would have diffused the whole situation. Isn't they supposed to be trained to de-escalate the situation? This is a minor. This is a 9-year-old black girl. And the whole time, have you heard Kamala Harris say anything? So that's the sister girl. That's the big ski-you, a.k.a. sister girl. You know what I'm saying? She ain't said shit. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Joe Biden, what he doing? He is writing executive order after executive order after executive order to protect who? LGBT and immigrants. He has not wrote one specific executive order for black women or black people, period. And this is who y'all voted for. This is who y'all say, oh man, he's better than Trump. At least with Trump, you knew what the fuck you was getting. It seemed like niggas want to go to sleep. Niggas want to be rocked to sleep. Like, oh, we ain't got to work now. We can just put it on cruise control. No, dude, do you understand where we came from? Like, it's February. This is Black History Month. Do you understand how far we came and how far we got to go? We ain't made it. And until we come together as a people, like Martin Luther King said, as a people, he didn't say you individually or him individually. We got to come together as a people. See, we so individualistic mind. We don't work together unless it's a dance or some type of dumbass challenge. But us sticking together, we cannot stick together to save our lives. So until then, we're never going to get over that hump. We are now our biggest, worst enemy. Because we can't stick together. We too individualistic. You know what I mean? Like, if you notice, right now, they got all these different black women put in spots. The first CEO black female of this, the first black female CEO of this. I just read today that I can't pronounce her name, but the young lady who comes on TV with Governor Whitmer, the Dr. Claudine or whatever how you say her name, she now is getting a position in Joe Biden's administration to advise with the medical and the vaccine and all that. So I made my comment, and the young brother came on there like, damn, can we just celebrate this and not have a propaganda or have some type of agenda behind it? And I agree with my brother. I understand what he's saying. But at the end of the day, the people, because I said basically we got to watch out for black faces in high places, period. It don't matter. So he basically he felt like I wasn't, how can I say, like by me saying that, I'm basically kind of like saying like she not qualified. I'm not saying no black person that they grab is not qualified, from Clarence Thomas to Barack Obama to all these different Colin Powell, all these different people that they put in place, man, Condoleezza Rice, I mean, so on and so forth, Susan Rice, all these so-called black people, right? They're very high. They're the best of the best, because at the end of the day, as black people, we got to work twice, sometimes 3 times harder just to be equal to a mediocre white person. So you know these the brightest of the brightest. So I'm not saying the sister here in Michigan that's with Governor Whitmer is not bright, not smart, and this, that, and the third. But what I'm telling dog is you can be used though as a tool for the opposition. See, they know how smart she is. They know but they using her for an agenda for them, not us. It's their agenda to make us feel like, hey, they propped up such and such. That's why they prop up Jay-Z. That's why they prop up Beyonce. That's why they prop up Oprah. That's why they prop up Puffy and these different people, because they individuals. So we thinking we winning. Like right now, black people honestly really think we winning. We technically losing, because from the 60s, which was the civil rights movement, to now, the needle has not moved on economics as a whole. Yes, we got 2 trillion. I had this conversation with a young lady. She's like, yeah, we got money and blah, blah. We can shut. No, lady. We got 2 to 3 trillion spending power, but we don't know how to do 2 to 3 trillion investing power. Until we learn how to invest in one another and build each other up, then we never gonna be shit. As individuals, yes, we know how to go get that bread. I can say that black folk know how to go get that paper. We can make something out of nothing. Trust me. But we do it as individuals. We don't have the Amazons. We don't have the Walmarts. We don't have airlines. We don't have shipyards. We don't have cruise ships. We don't have none of that, man. Planes, none of that. You know why? Because we don't know how to come together. Like I had a conversation with some ladies on Crime in the D thing on Instagram, because niggas around here in Detroit is killing kids and women. So all I posed the question was, I wonder who they was raised by, a single parent or a 2-parent household. Matter of fact, a single black mother or a 2-parent household. So instantly females got in their emotions. Nigga, blah, 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 blah. But all I'm saying is we need to come together and raise these kids upright. Quit thinking you can do it by yourself. Just like a man can't do things on himself, a woman can't do everything herself. Because one thing I remember my son's mother told me, man, is a woman can be so strong that she's weak. So at the end of the day, that's a true fact. A woman can be so strong, you know what I mean, that she weak. So when we see these black women out here holding everything down, yeah, they holding everything down, but when they close that door and ain't nobody watching them, we don't know what's going on with them. We don't know if they drinking a lot. We don't know if they popping pills. We don't know what they doing to cope with the pain and cope with the thing of being alone and doing this shit alone. They're not supposed to do this shit alone. So I'm telling the sister, like, we gotta come together and quit all this bullshit. But we thinking individually. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, we gotta stop thinking like that. We gotta think as a unit. So that's a microcosmic when I talk about single parent household and 2-parent household, but that applies to Black America in general, man. I got my Cadillac, I got my house, I got a good ass job. Like I had a conversation with another nigga, man, and he was talking all kind of crazy shit. So I went to Dog Page and I saw he's sitting on the Benz. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see what type of nigga. Because see, niggas, we love nigga trinkets. We love to say, yeah, I get my hair done every 2 weeks. Yeah, I got a Montclair coat. Yeah, I'm a boss bitch. I'm a boss nigga. Yeah, individually. But how the rest of your family doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's like Black America. So when you had the Jay-Z, the Puffy, the Beyoncés, and all these different folk, but ask yourself, black people as a whole is what? Fucked up. Economically, we fucked up as a whole. Now we got bright spots. We got people who's doing good individually, but the majority of us is fucked up. When you look at schools, education, fucked up. Do we have bright spots? Yes, we got the Kamala Harrises. We got the different black people that get all these different degrees and all that. But the majority of us, what? Fucked up. Health-wise, you got some of them who got Blue Cross Blue Shield and all the different types of great insurance. But then you got the majority of us, what? Fucked up. Diabetes, cancer. We die from shit that's preventable. But we don't have doctors and all the healthcare that we need to even just do the basic prevention medicine. Home ownership. Yeah, you got some niggas that own homes, but the majority of niggas don't. Majority of niggas rent and live in apartments, and the rest is homeless. So when you look at the numbers, don't take my words for it. Google it. Look at the numbers from 1960s when Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, all these different freedom fighters, man, civil rights leaders, whatever you want to call them, man, was trying to make a point and trying to get to us to move along and get better in society. We still at the same fucking starting point we was in the 60s. Only thing we got now is we just got a Montclair coat on now and some red bottoms, and we can go to different white establishments now. Some of us, because we get blowback sometime, and niggas be tripping when they get, when you have the incidents when, you have certain people going to certain restaurants and they get kicked out for wearing urban clothing type of shit. It still happens, but most of the time we can go to any hotel we want to, any restaurant we go to. We sleep with all the white women, we sleep with all the white men. We just feel like we made it. We telling our kids, that's why our kids are, honestly, that's why our kids, like I tell my son, he's 13, well, 14. I tell my son, man, the real, man, I don't sugarcoat it, man, because that's why I think our kids are getting snatched up. I think that's why our kids getting abused by the police. And because our kids thinking, oh, we straight. So when they get put over by a race soldier or a racist cop, they like, hey, hold up. Why you treat me like this? Woo, 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 woo. And not knowing, nigga, you still a nigga at the end of the day. And you got to tell that to your children, man. Quit telling these kids the lies, man. Black people in America has not reached our full potential. So that's the cold-hearted fact, man. You can slice how you want to slice it and ingest it how you need to ingest it. But at the end of the day, that's the cold-hearted fact, man. And like I said, going back to the original title of this video, Black women gonna continuously get attacked because they want to have y'all believe, like I said, like we ain't shit. So y'all like, man, I ain't fucking with niggas. So y'all basically like sitting ducks. Then you throw in the LGBT, they saying that our masculinity is toxic. But the only reason why they saying this, because no other male, no white male, no Mexican male, no Arab male, no other Chinese male, any other race male does not have the masculinity and the testosterone that we have. Because we the original man, just like the black woman, the original woman. So we have genetically, that's why we superior. And mentally we superior, but don't nobody tell us this. You look at the music, we gotta dumb ourselves down. We act dumb and I sip this and I'm da. Kodak Black talking ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to dog, but that's what they like. They like uneducated ass niggas or niggas who act uneducated. But technically, we are highly intelligent ass people. Period. So at the end of the day, this is what they're promoting. So they're promoting the LGBT type of nigga, the gay nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like the no disrespect to dog, I don't know dog name, but it's funny because he came up out the car where the money reside, and all the black women love it, but they not knowing you're clapping for your own doom. So when you sit there on Facebook, Instagram, and all these social media talking about I can't find a good black man, they're either in prison, dead, or gay. Period. So you clapping your own for your own doom. Like it's like they don't get it. Then they get frustrated. Oh man, I'm gonna go get me a white man. Now you go get your white man. Now he telling you to bow down and kiss his boots or whatever he told Aaliyah Taylor, the Chad Willer fella. But this is something that goes on. This is nothing new. It just happened now. We got social media and the cat been let out the bag. It's like what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said when he had a sermon where he was like, man, y'all really don't think this white man is y'all enemy. You have to see it. Like, it's sad to see black women online to defend him. Oh, he got mental problems. He didn't take his pills. Do you say that about a black man? If a black man when the NFL player Ray Rice dragged that black woman through that damn elevator, I didn't hear no black woman say, oh man, he had mental illness, man, and give him a pass. But the white man, he got mental illness. He didn't take his pills. He probably had a concussion and he didn't deal with it, so he dealing with some other. Quit trying to defend the fact that he down there tried to kill this black woman, man. That's attempted murder, man. And the charges that he getting They felony charges, but they weak ass felony charges. The NFL, they didn't say shit because Super Bowl was coming up that Sunday. Super Bowl get there, they still ain't said shit. She just did her interview Monday, today, Tuesday. NFL still kind of complicit. Like when they acting like, you know what I'm saying? But when Ray Rice did what he did, they had that shit playing like on autoplay, nigga. Because it fits their agenda, just to the boogeyman black man. Look, black women, the boogeyman black man. But they're not gonna keep playing a Chad Willer. If you notice, they showing pictures of him nice looking, like he didn't got a shape up or an old picture of him. They not showing no pictures of him looking a certain type of way. So that's what we have to understand about the media. The media is involved in the whole shit too. So I mean, like, this shit is deep, man. And I just hope black women wake up and understand that we're not your enemy. I hope black men wake up and realize black women is not our enemy, and we come together, raise these kids, clean up our community, get all this killing, all this murdering, all this bullshit that's going on, all this drug use, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's out of control, man, and it's gonna take us. Nobody's gonna save us. No Joe Biden, no Kamala Harris, no white Jesus, no none of that shit, man. It's gonna be us to save us, man. And what I'm noticing, being a 43-year-old black man and just, you know, just seeing things over there, niggas really don't want to put in the work, man. Niggas want to, it's like niggas, like microcosmically, niggas want to go to work. Like, I've been a supervisor on the job, and I never forget, you know, they hire certain people, and I tell my boss, you know what I'm saying, I'm the supervisor, and I tell my boss, hey, man, why y'all hire, you know what I'm saying, because some people just get hired in and don't even want to work. They want to check, but they don't even want to work. Like, why did you attempt to even fill out this application if you knew you weren't going to work? So that's black people mentally, man. We don't want to put in the work to say, it's like going back to what I said about the conversation I had with the two black girls on Instagram. They don't want to admit that the fact that black women are failing our black boys, just like black men are failing our black boys, but black women can't even admit it. So if they can't admit it and they 70 to 80% raising these little niggas, how can you fix the situation? It's called constructive criticism. If black men can be criticized, why a black woman can't be criticized? We have to criticize each other respectfully. Like when the black woman was trying to come at me on that, I didn't stoop to their level, because I understand black women just in general are emotional, but black women definitely gonna get emotional. They're gonna say some shit to you, dog, that's gonna piss you the fuck off. But as men, especially as black men, we gotta rise above that and not treat them like kids, but like kid-like. Like, you gotta be like, okay, she having a bad day, dog. Let her say that. Let her say, you old hoe ass nigga, you little dick ass nigga, you bitch ass, you bum ass nigga, you whatever type nigga. Okay, cool. But just stick to your point, man. Don't get off into that rabbit hole that she on, because her job is to move you off your square. So when I talk to them young women, I tell them, like, man, I stuck to my square. I don't care what they said. That's how y'all feel? All right, that's cool. All right. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to make my point, man. You have to be able to take constructive criticism. Black women can't raise these boys. They can raise women. But honestly, they fell in that debt, because look at all the black girls out here right now. They'd rather be whores and prostitutes than women. They'd rather go, instead of going to work at McDonald's, they want to go work at the strip club when they turn 18. Listen to all the female rappers right now. What are they talking about? That's not empowerment. Cardi B, no disrespect. Get they bread, do your thing, but that shit is not empowerment of women. I don't care how you slice it. That's why I started the video off with Queen Latifah. That's empowerment. Moni Love, MC Lyte, Yo-Yo, all the rest of them, man. That's empowerment. Until it got to Lil' Kim and Foxy is when the shit went left. And that's the middle 90s. Shit went left. And ever since then, it's like it's been duplicated. And the end result is going to be like it was for us. When the gangster rap and the pimp culture came, everybody thought they was a pimp. Everybody thought they was a gangster. And look what happened in the 90s. Joe Biden, the 3 strikes law, Bill Clinton, Look how many niggas got locked up. So that music was the soundtrack of their life. And all them niggas is in prison, dead, or just fucked up on dope. Trying to emulate shit that we saw in the 90s. From the Spice Ones, Tupac, Snoop, let's go on and on, man. Trying to emulate that music. Niggas thought they was pimps. Niggas thought they was real gangsters. And look how that turned out. Look at the generation of black men that's been broken. So now you fast forward now, what kind of black men, what kind of role models do young boys have right now? Most of them locked up, most of them dead. So I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. I ain't gonna even give it 10 years. I give it 5 to 7. But definitely 10. In the next 10, 5 to 7 for sure. But the next 10, look what's gonna happen to all. And then the cold part about it, women is the one who carried the babies. So now you're gonna have these broads getting pregnant, abortions. Oh man, it's just sad out here, man. So we got to be able to take that back, man. And we got to be able to first, as black men, take our community back and protect our women, protect our kids, man. Period. So they feel a certain type of way, so they don't feel unprotected. Like I have a wife. My wife feels protected because I'm going to protect her win, lose, or draw. My kids feel protected because I'm going to protect them win, lose, or draw. In the story. So that's all I got to say on that, man. I hate to get so deep, but I'm passionate, man. I'm very passionate. And the older I get more and more passionate because I remember being a little boy sitting talking with my grandma. My grandma, if she would have lived, if she still been alive, July 25th of this year, my grandma would have been 100 years old because she was born in 1921. So I said, listen to the stories of how they treated them back in the day, dog. I ain't had to go read a book. When I read the book, it was like, oh, wow. But I done already heard it from my grandma, man, my granddad, my mom, my auntie, my uncles. So the older I get, I just go back to that and be like, yo, and then I look at where we came from. Like I was part of the problem when I was a teenager in my early 20s. But now I'm almost down there going out of my 40s into my 50s. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. So we have to step up as a people, man, to make sure we protect our women. Because right now, our black women is going to get attacked tenfold. Trust me. We ain't, this just the beginning of what you're seeing on social media. I'm telling you, just like we saw the George Floyd shit last summer, mark my words. Wednesday, which is tonight, Thursday morning, but Wednesday, 2/9, but it's 2/10, it's 2/11 right now, you know what I'm saying? 12/22, I'm telling y'all, yo, mark my words. We're going to watch a black woman be either gunned down, and when I mean gunned down, I mean viciously. Gunned down, and she might be gunned down viciously with her kids in the car to witness it. Or she's going to be choked out like George Floyd. That's what's going to happen this summer. Trust me. I hate to say it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's like what my dad, God bless his dad, like my dad say, you know, he had premonition. I feel like I got the same shit, man. I'll be seeing things that other people, they don't see, man. They just don't see it. So I hate to tell y'all, but it's going to happen, man. Because these white supremacists, these Donald Trump supporters, these people who feel like America's being lost and all that type of shit, they got to take their pain and frustration out on somebody. And unfortunately, the Democrats gave them a piece of meat, which is the black woman. And trust me, we're going to see more and more and more attacks. It's going to escalate into the summer. And we're going to see that one big one, which is going to be like the apex. And boom, it's going to be off and running from there, man. So all I can tell black women, if a black woman come across this video, get you a gun, man. If you can legally carry you a gun, get you a gun. Get you some mace, get your knife, get something. Protect yourself, man. Protect yourself. Don't be just out here thinking, oh, I got to watch for the bad black boogeyman. Because as you see, the white man can be the boogeyman too. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Y'all have a good night. Peace.